Okay, looks fine to me. Okay, just waiting on ice. Okay. Okay, comp mode's on. Don't need 4 players. Okay, so this is, again, this is just a warm-up, but we have the...
Ready.
Oh, we got a blue to
Set.
start. This is the opening...
Go.
This is their opening matches, and Ice already lost here. To figure out which of these players is going to advance into the playoff bracket, and which one of these guys is going to have their season end early. Ice picking up his first point. DK up 10-1 after the first spawn. We'll see if Ice wants to go for either of those last two, and he chooses not to. Next spawn's going to be closer to DK, and he also has a super speed, slight overshoot there by Ice, and the lead up to 18-1. Ice going to come over here and pick up the last red, and the next one's going to be kind of near him, but doesn't have the greatest reaction time to it. DK already grabbing up all of those gems. Lead already up to 20 here. Ice going to pop the mega and pick up the last gem. DK with a nice little, I don't know what he did. I think probably ramp jump there to get up and over this, and he's going to leave the last red once again. Ice going to come pick it up, and he's going to get rewarded for his last red with a blue spawn, but he's not going to be able to get the blue itself. But he is going to be able to get the rest of the spawn just fine, and the next spawn's going to be right by both of them, and here's Ice once again, just a little unsure how to get to the next spawn. DK gonna be probably first to blue again, and oh, he's gonna push Ice right into it with the blast. So blue steal. Lead is 31 as we head into this spawn here. DK gonna go down below, pop the mega, there goes Ice. Next spawn's gonna be over closer to Ice again. Probably been a little, I mean, in regular circumstances, I think he would have been in much better position for most of these spawns, but just I think the reaction time difference has been very key for these two players here. DK once again getting the entire spawn. Lead is 50 now. It's 74-24 as DK is going to grab another blue. Lead is up to 61, and we're headed back to this spawn here on the far side, and DK getting the entire spawn to himself again. Lead is 71. Ice struggling struggling a bit here with the navigation side of things. When he gets to the spawns, it seems to me like he kind of knows how to clear them, but getting to the spawns is its own beast. Especially on a map that can be a little more confusing, and DK gonna go for the mega marble here. Yeah, this map can be, I don't want to say too confusing necessarily, but sometimes figuring out the most efficient pathway for these spawns is a little confusing, so I feel your pain here, Ice. It's all good. We got another blue here in the middle. We'll see who gets to this one first. It's going to be DK with a very nice line. Ice is going to drop down, grab this yellow here, see if he gets the second one. He does. Lead is nearly 100. We'll see if that continues to grow here. And Ice is going to pick up the last red here right as it expires. He's going to get over to this one with the Mega Marble. I kind of like that traversal. And we do have another last red. DK's going to pick it up and get rewarded with a... Well, actually, he did pop the gyrocopter, so he did kind of lose some of the spawn. But lead is now exactly 100. Ice with the super jump. Might turn this into a bounce. Nope, didn't quite make it up. And the spawn's going to go right back on top of DK. So this warm-up game has been a bit of a drubbing, but we'll see if this continues into the match. Ice chasing with the mega, not going to connect. Next spawn back across the map, and nice super speed here for Ice. See if he can land it. Gets the ramp bump there. See if he's able to pop this mega effectively, and he is. And there goes DK. And the next spawn's going to be right on top of Ice, but he doesn't react to it very quickly. Do have to wonder if there's a little bit of ping problems there, because he's right behind him. DK gonna get these two yellows. Ice is gonna go underneath and get that yellow for himself. And the next spawn's gonna be back in the corner near the tower blue. DK scooping up most of the value of that spawn. Ice with a nice super speed, but unable to stick the landing, and the lead is up to 134 as we head into the final couple spawns here. DK gonna go for the super speed trick here and get to this next spawn very quickly. And we got another blue. We'll see if DK is able to get to it in time. He's going to run for it. He's not going to get there. He got the edge hit instead, and neither player going to be able to get to it. So, final score 209-63 on the warm-up. We will see if this continues on in the series here. Hopefully, for the sake of entertainment, that is not the case. Ice Ice notably not saying anything after that. Why am I going to do that? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Alright. Okay, good luck. Countdown. 3, 2, oopsies, 1. Okay. Alright, see how these players fare on a map that I think would favor DK here, but we'll see how much Ice Ice has put some work into this map in particular. And a map that isn't as freely flowing as Sprawl, maybe this is a map that favors Ice Ice's more methodical approach to the game. I mean, he's already doing pretty well. He's going to pick up this last red without a power-up, which is always a little unadvisable on a map like this, but he does very well to actually make the bounce over. And the next one's going to be right back behind him. He seems to have figured out the reaction time thing, I think. 23-17 here with about 3:20 left to go. And another spawn's going to favor Ice Ice. He's actually going to be able to cut into this lead again. It's going to be another great spawn for Ice Ice. It's right behind him. A DK with a very nice reaction, able to get that super speed over to the blue. Lead is just 6 though, and we're going to see them go for the expire. They're both going to pick it up. Lead stays at 6. Next spawn's going to be down below, and DK in great position to handle it. And Ice Ice going to get an up top respawn. Not great there. DK able to use the gyrocopter chain directly into the next spawn. Isn't going to be able to stick the stairs though. And he's going to go down below for the gyrocopter, which is an underrated power up on this level. DK able to get up here. Ice Ice able to steal that yellow away from him, and the lead holding still at about 20. Currently 17. Ice Ice going to go for the Mega Marble, but it doesn't land. Seems to be struggling a bit with these island spawns down there. And another great super speed there for DK to get up to here. Lead has suddenly grown very quickly after a honestly pretty strong start from Ice Ice. A little bit of spawn luck involved in that, but oh my god, DK goes flying. A little bit of spawn luck involved in that, but honestly had been playing pretty well as well. It wasn't undeserved necessarily. DK gonna be able to get up to that yellow with the blast. Ice Ice a little unsure how to traverse that, but he's gonna have the super speed. DK gonna be able to get up to this yellow. Ice Ice gonna go all the way through, probably pick up these last 2 reds, and then it's gonna be right back behind him again. But he isn't gonna go for the line. The line, I feel like, was the easier option there to get some points on the board, but you know, able to still secure some of that spawn. He's gonna go for another Mega Marble swipe. It doesn't land. He has struggled. Ice Ice has struggled a bit with getting these Mega Marbles to land. Next one's gonna be up top here. DK with another nice gyrocopter. Ice Ice does fall into a pit there. Doesn't quite stick the landing. He's going to be able to get up to here. Isn't able to get to the yellow gem in time, but is going to split the gyrocopter, which is very helpful on a map like this. And he's going to wait for the next spawn. DK going to force it, and we're going to go back across. Both players, again, having the gyrocopter, so DK able to very effectively get that yellow wall hit, and then get these other yellow. Should be able to drop down and get these 2 yellows as well, but Ice Ice is going to take one of them from him. So, nicely done there. Is going to force the next spawn. Lead is 53 as we head into the final 30 seconds of this game. DK able to jump across and down for the yellow there, and another couple yellows that should be going his way here. Ice Ice could have grabbed that other yellow, but ended up not reacting to it. Time we have another blue down below. See who gets to it first. Should be DK with the gyrocopter. Does very well there. And sticks the landing to get both yellows. And this game is surely out of sight now for DK. Well won by him. The final lead yet to be determined. It's going to be 73. So 153 to 80 is the final score. So next game, 153 to 80. So DKman wins game 1 by a score of 153 to 80, margin of 73, and we're going to head to I'm not sure which server Ice Ice is going to want to play on, but I'm guessing it's going to be Nuremberg here. The maps picked available are Nadir, Zenith, Epicenter, Maximo Center, and Sweep. Not sure which of these Ice Ice would be most comfortable on. It's going to come down to whichever DK bans last, obviously. So we'll see how this goes. It is Ice Ice's ban first. Oh, no, he already did it. Alright, so Epicenter off the board. Definitely think that would have been a map that maybe Ice Ice could sneak by on. Zenith off the board next. Definitely a map I would have thought DK would be much more comfortable on. Maximo Center going after that. I'm not sure what Ice Ice's opinions on Sweep are, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to go pull up the sheet here of map picks, see if this was a map that maybe Ice Ice had picked previously. Let's see here. Ice Ice has not picked Sweep as far as I could tell, but apparently nobody updated the sheet while I was gone, so it's not really helpful. Let's see. Did this come up somewhere else? Ice Ice, where are you? Nope. Maximo Zenith, Fun in the Sun. Okay. Okay, I'm now host, so we're going to go to advanced. We are going to pick Sweep. Okay. Okay. So we'll see how Ice Ice hangs here. This is a map that has been played in previous years as a pre-seed. Although Ice Ice, I do not believe, was part of that tournament, so I don't think that that's going to play a role in this very much. Okay, let me give him the countdown. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Ready.
We got our first spawn. It's gonna be an all red spawn in the corner. Ice Ice gonna cut through with the ice, but then just absolutely eat the blocker and then eat the blocker again. But we do have a blue right by Ice Ice, able to swipe it. Very nicely done for Ice Ice there, and able to keep the lead pretty low. DK gonna flub it a bit here, but the blocker coming way too fast for Ice Ice. It just keeps getting pounded by it. Lead is pretty low, and another great spawn here for Ice Ice, able to take a lot of the value of that spawn, and another fast start for Ice Ice if he's able to pop this mega, and he is insanely done, nicely done by him, and it is already it's a small lead for Ice Ice. See if he's able to hold it. Spawn right by Ice Ice again. Yeah, insane hit there for Ice Ice on that mega to keep it. He's gonna use the super jump to get all the way up to this spawn. Lead is now a tie, and he's going to go for this last ride with no power up, which might cost him here, but he's going to go grab this gyrocopter, which, I mean, it's an okay strategy for traversing the ice, I will not lie. And we got another spawn that's going to favor Ice Ice if he's able to get to it, and it looks like the answer might be no. He is holding the super speed, but he's going to choose not to use it. Lead is 8 for DK, and Ice Ice going to eat another blocker. He's eaten a lot of those. It's really kind of cooked him a bit a couple times. He's going to go for this last red. Next spawn's going to be back across. He's going to avoid the blocker. DK able to secure the 2 reds, then use the super speed to get the other yellow, and then scoop all the way through it. So, lead up to 24 now for DK after a very strong start there for Ice, in which he did hold the lead for a pretty brief amount of time, but a lead regardless. And Ice again not going to opt to use his super speed. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence thing or what, but just choosing not to do it when, you know, the moment arises, and it's really costing him on these yellow spawns down in the pit where he could potentially have some pretty solid lines. He's going to hit his head as well down there, so the lead is now expanding all the way up to nearly 40 points for DKman. Now Ice going to pick up this last red here. Next spawn is going to be back behind it. Oh no, the blast into the blocker is just diabolical. It is a 40-point DKman lead and another blocker incident here for Ice. They are absolutely brutalizing the poor man. Gets that yellow. Ice. DK gonna get hit by the blocker this time around. Ice going to diverge a bit from the line, and we do have an up top blue. Ice does have the super jump. See if he sticks the landing, and he does. Another blue for Ice. Able to cut the lead down to just 34 now, but he's gonna fall here. Goes for the wall hit. Actually, honestly, a very impressive line attempt there. I'm not going to lie. Lead is up at 40 now. Ice doesn't get the yellow on his way through. Picks up the gyro, goes back underneath. DK grabbed the last red. But another solid line there for Ice. I'm not gonna lie. He has had some very, very nice moments in this match. He's gonna go back underneath for this line here, unable to split the yellow, the last yellow of that line with DK. He's able to split that yellow. But honestly, like I said, it's not been awful for Ice here, although that is going to add some insult to injury as we head into the last few seconds as the lead piles all the way up. We do have another up top blue, and oh, Ice hits his head. So final lead is going to be 60 points on sweep after a very strong start, I think, for Ice. Yeah, the blockers really did Ice in on a couple of occasions, and I do think maybe a little bit of hesitancy with the super speeds as well was a little bit of hesitancy with the super speeds was also on display there. DK going to go ahead ban hunting around. Fair enough. That is an open division favorite. There's no, well, I say that, but there is strategy to it. We'll see where Ice wants to take us next. Architecture off the board. I think it's smart. If I'm DK, if I'm Ice, I'm going with Acro 2 here. It's a high scoring map. A little bit of variance to it, but it's also pretty simple. Concentric can be a little tricky, but that's what we're going to be doing here. And we're going to head into our favorite blueless Concentric map. So far, so good, though, for DK, playing very much up to, I think, what he was expecting in terms of his own standards. And Ice putting on an admirable efforts against an opponent that I think most people would say is maybe a couple tiers above him. Both players going to get that last yellow there and see how they want to approach this. DK much quicker around the block and able to swipe away that yellow. Both players going to go for the blast there to get it. DK going to go for the sweep of the red gems. And if Ice Ice is smart, he will leave this last red. Doesn't, but not a terrible spawn. And DK with a nice blast to prevent the yellow from getting split. Nice one hit by DK. We'd already double the score here. DK shoves it in Ice Ice again. Not very nice. Let's see if Ice Ice goes for this yellow. He does. Gonna drop down below, and DK able to get most of this next spawn as well. Gonna split that last red. Ice Ice again going for this last red. It's gonna spawn right by him again, but not going to be able to get much out of it other than splitting a couple of the gems there. Honestly, personally, I think that this is not a terrible choice for on a map which against a player where you're not favored against. Well, mostly because it's not a very high-scoring map, and I mean, really, you don't want to get too many points hung on you. Probably, I've been on the receiving end of that, and it's never fun. So. DK doing very well with these ramp jumps with the blasts to get up to these floating yellows. I really kind of like what he's doing with that. Lead is up to nearly 40 points now as we head into the final half of this game, and a great momentum spawn there for DK as he's able to just swing straight into the next spawn with the super speed. Lead up to 42 now. DK going to... I thought he was going to go up to grab a super speed. Chooses not to. Ice Ice going for the Mega Marble hit that does not land. And the next spawn is going to be right by DK. So, this game open and shut again. Not much else to really say about it other than that. DK going for some crazy tricks here at this point, because this game is pretty much all but over as we head into the final minute here. I think if this map still had the blue, you know, things maybe would be a little different, but you really just can't make up that much ground in that short of a time on this map anymore. I mean, world record when the blue was still here was 200 points, which is 50 points a minute, and you can't even pull that off anymore. So, game's all but over. Just watching DK do some cool stuff now. Nice wall hit there. And Ice Ice gets the Mega Marble of Doom. See if he's able to get this yellow as a reward. Come on, give it to him. Give it to him, come on. Oh, please, Ice Ice, get the yellow gem. Please. Yes! 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 Nice. Okay, he gets the yellow gem as his reward for that insane Mega Marble hit. And DK going for something there. I'm not sure what, but he's going for something. And Ice Ice gonna scoop up the last of this spawn here. Never mind, there's gonna be one more spawn and that'll do it. And the final score is 117 to 48. Very, very, I mean, DK got the same number of yellows as Ice Ice did reds, and that kind of tells you where this game's at. Alright, we got some chud maps on the loose here. And Ice Ice does not want to play core. You know what? Fair enough. Not gonna force you to play core. Especially when you're probably already not having the best of times. If I'm Ice Ice, I'm probably personally hoping for Scadium, because that is a map that he did win a randomizer against Blue Sock on, but Scadium is out the window, and we're going to go to Playground for what is likely to be the final map of this series. But hopefully for our entertainment's sake, we have a surprise in store for us here. Okay, so we are going to playground. So, again, this is probably going to be the final map of this round, but we have seen
Ready.
Playground do some pretty
Set.
funny stuff before, so who
Go.
knows? Maybe Ice Ice will get the 7 blues treatment that I got. Already diverging here from DK's path, knows that DK might be a little faster, and we do have a spawn that's going to be right back behind him, and a nice blast by DK. Ice Ice forced to pop the gyrocopter to stay on the map. That is something that you'll see a lot of. We have a blue up top. Let's see how DK wants to get to it. He's going to go for something a little bit different there. I'm not sure I've ever actually seen that pulled off before. But you'll see that in open division play where players view going out of bounds as being this inherently bad thing. And another blue that's going to be right by DK. And he's going to be able to scoop it up all to himself. Perhaps the... Oh, there goes DK. Off the map. Mega again. You'll see that in open division. It's not going out of bounds is still seen as this inherently bad thing. It's something that kind of goes away when you start getting to the higher divisions. Ice Ice wisely turning away from that. Mega Marble, we do have another blue here, and DK should be able to get it all to himself, and he does. But Ice Ice does steal that yellow from him, and should be able to get these last 2 reds, and the next one's going to be back behind him, and DK in pretty poor position for this spawn. Although he is able to make that up pretty quickly and blast Ice Ice back away from the spawn. Lead is exactly double for DK. Next one's going to be back in the same spot as before. Same ice pit, that is. And lead unchanged from that spawn. DK going to come up and around for that yellow. Let's see how Ice Ice wants to approach this spawn. DK able to get back up to it, and another blue here. I don't know. Somebody altered the... Oh, we have a blue pop by Ice Ice. Insane work by him. Nicely done. He is gonna be able to split that blue. I really liked that. That was very solid, very smart play by Ice Ice to share that blue in a situation where I definitely thought he was gonna be second best to it again. And DK gonna miss the mega marble of his own. Lead is just 22 right now, as it was as high as I want to say 35 or 36 at one point, maybe higher. So nicely done by Ice Ice to claw back just a little bit here. Ice Ice gonna scoot around, and DK with the mega marble, so he's gonna be able to scoop up most of this spawn here. And the next spawn's gonna be right back behind DK. I will say that I do think for what's been going on in this series and the hand he's been dealt here, I do think Ice Ice has put on a pretty I want to say almost impressive performance. Personally, I've been really impressed with some of the stuff he's pulled off in this series, even with again the hand that he's been dealt and having to play a very highly rated player in the community. We do have another blue. We'll see how they choose to get to it. DK, very nicely done with the gyrocopter, able to scoop up that blue. Lead up to 53 here. And another blue. This game has had a ton of blues. Did somebody up the percentages on these or something? Because we already got 7 blues. We still have a minute and a half left to play. DK going to drop down for the super speed. Ice Ice going to go and scoop these reds. Next spawn's going to be in the middle. Ice Ice with the open division classic super jump. We'd love to see it. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing very many of those going forward as we head into the sweat fest. DK, nice line there to get that yellow gem, but unable to get anything else with it. And Ice Ice able to scoop up a lot of the value that's going on. Nice blast by DK. Ice Ice going to go underneath pretty wisely, but DK is going to leave that yellow behind. Able to come back around for it though. DK able to come around and get another couple points, so Lead is 70. We do have the 3 yellows in the middle spawn, and Ice Ice able to get 1 to DK's 2. Lead is 71. Oh, we have another blue. That is the 8th, sorry, that is the 7th blue. They did split one. That is my fault. That is the 7th blue of this match. Which is the same amount of blues that was in my match against her. Lead is 85 at the moment. Sorry, 84 now. DK, we're running up the score a little bit here, but that's how this game is played, unfortunately. And 169 to 82 going to be the final score of this series. Or sorry, not of the series, but of this game. And that is going to advance DK into the Sweatfest playoff bracket, and Ice Ice is going to end his season here. But like I said, I did see some fun stuff from Ice Ice, and DK did have some fun moments of his own. So all in all, not a terrible series for a player skill gap that might be considered pretty lopsided. So well done by both players and GGs.
Icarus, you are no longer allowed to be in a match where playground is being played.
Yeah, that's on. That is that is my fault. I've done it again, haven't I? I was talking about it too. I was like I was like maybe if Ice Ice gets the luck that I had, this could be a fun match, but it was not to be. Well done. Congrats on securing playoffs.
Thank you.
Did you have anything you wanted to note about Ice Ice? I did see some fun stuff from him a couple times, especially beginning a sweep. Some stuff on playground as well was pretty cool that he did. If you had anything you noted from that match, or if you were just kind of on autopilot.
Yeah, he definitely surprised me at the starts of some of the games, especially on sweep. Kind of caught me off guard, and also the start of Stingbee was pretty close as well.
Yep.
Kind of took me a little bit to pull away, and so he was doing really well in that regard. But yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was noting as well, is that at the starts of his matches were pretty solid, but then it would kind of taper off from there. I think a lot of that just comes down to power up prepping and everything that comes with being more experienced as a player. Because once you've kind of pulled away from, just raw skill that comes with the openings of games and into prepping and power up prep, that was kind of where he had been lacking in the games. But like I said, congratulations on your win, and best of luck going forward now that you've entered the Sweatfest.
Yeah. Looking forward to my match against E-Guy coming up then.
Oh, that should be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, best of luck with that. You guys not always the easiest to play, as I've found out.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm gonna stop the recording
Definitely I'll
here.
have to practice a lot for that. But
Yep.
yep.
I'm gonna stop recording here, and like I said, GG's.
GG's.